धारी जय यशोदानन्दन व्रज जन रञ्जन यशोदानन्दन व्रज जन रञ्जन যমুনা তীর বনচারি যমুনা তীর বনচারি জয় রাধা মাধব জয় কুঞ্জ বিহারী জয় রাধা মাধব জয় কুঞ্জ বিহারী হরে কৃষ্ণ 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 হরে 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 রাম 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 হরে 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 কৃষ্ণ 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 হরে হরে জয় রাধা গিরিধারী রাধে জয় গিরি গোবর্ধন জয় গিরি গোবর্ধন জয় গিরি গোবর্ধন জয় গিরি গোবর্ধন জয় জগন্নাথ জয় জগন্নাথ জয় বলদেব জয় সুভদ্রময় জয় লড্ডু গোপাল জয় লড্ডু গোপাল জয় লড্ডু গোপাল জয় লড্ডু গোপাল জয় গৌরানিতাই জয় গৌরানিতাই জয় গৌরানিতাই জয় গৌরানিতাই জয় জয় প্রভুপাদ 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 জয় জয় প্রভুপাদ জয় জয় গুরুদেব 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 জয় জয় গুরুদেব নিতাই গৌরা হরি বল হরি বল নিতাই গৌরা হরি বল জয় শ্রী রাধা गिरधारी की जय श्रीला प्रभुपाद की जय अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि बोल Welcome to our Nittam Bhagavatam class in the ISKCON forum. Just I will be reading from the Srila Prabhupada Lilamrita. I am sharing the screen. Hope is it visible?
Yes, it is visible, Mataji.
Thank you, Prabhu. And this is from chapter 18 and breaking the ground. And page number 398. A young man in the audience seems unable to contain himself and begins making his own incoherent speech. Prabhupada, no, you cannot disturb just now. Man standing up. Now, wait a minute, man. Equal beings as others try to quiet him. Prabhupada, no. Not just now. No, you cannot ask just now. Man, well, I am trying to talk. Prabhupada, no, just now you cannot ask. Man, but wait a minute, man, wait. Prabhupada, why do you interfere just now? We have a regular question time. Others in the audience, let the man finish. Yeah, let him talk. The man's supporters defend his right to speak while others try to silence him. Second man, I have just one question, please. How long is an individual allowed or expected go on without any type of thought? How long? Prabhupada, I am not finished. We will give questions at time after finishing the talk. The parties go on quarreling. All right, I am very glad you are curious, but please wait. Have some patience because we have not finished. As soon as we finish, after 5 minutes, 10 minutes, I will tend to your question. Don't be impatient, sit down. The audience quiets down and the Swami goes on with his talk. After 5 minutes, Prabhupada, all right, the gentleman is impatient. We shall stop here. Now, what is your question, sir? Man, practically we tend to place emphasis on those we identify with the fact itself. Many people are meant to explain the why force and where force of the metaphysical truth that I think, therefore I am. Prabhupada, what is your particular question? Man, I have no question, no answer to the question, rather, but that I attempt, I live, I breathe. Prabhupada, yes, man. So ability, tell me why I have nothing to do with it. May I understand the why, force, and wheres? Prabhupada, that's all right, man. I have difficulty in you. I have difficulty in saying. Prabhupada, so long as we are in this material world, there are so many problems. Man, not many problems. It is not many problems. This is the greatest fact. I know. Prabhupada, yes. Man, I also know that the whys and wherefores of my particular. Prabhupada, yes. Man, I did not come here, but let me explain my position. This is not necessarily, I feel I must. I think the difference is to learn. You will find it innumerable times. By the same token, maybe we are able to reconcile the fact of individual being for a long time to find out why. Prabhupada, turning to one of the boys, Roy, can you answer his question? It is a general question. You can answer. Yes. Roy turned sympathetically to the rambling questioner, and Prabhupada addresses his audience. Enough questions. His voice now seems tired and resigned. Let us have Kirtan and the Lower East Side once again avertis. The chanting begins, the brass cymbals, Prabhupada's voice carrying the melody, and the audience responding. It goes for half an hour and then stop. It is now 9. The audience sits before Swamiji while a boy brings him an apple, a small wooden bowl, and a knife. As most of the audience still sits and watches, gauging the after effects of the chanting as though it had been some new drug. The Swami cuts the apple in half, then in fourths, then in eighths, until there are many pieces. He takes one himself and asks one of the boys to pass the bowl around. Swamiji holds back his head and deftly pops a slice of apple into his mouth without touching his fingers to his lips. He chews a bit, ruminating, his lips closed. The members of the congregation munch silently on little piece of apple. Prabhupada stands, slips into his shoes, and exits through the side door. I'm stopping here. Srila Prabhupada Lilamrita ki jai. Now, today's verse I am sharing. Yeah, before that verse today is from Canto 4, chapter 25, and text is 17, and the characteristics of King Puranjana. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naranchaiva Narottavam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayam Udirayet Srinatang Shakatha Krishna Punna Shravana Kirtanaha Hridayantastha hi abhadrani vidhunati sruhit satam नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवतीरुत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टकी वासुदेव परा वेदा वासुदेव परा मखा वासुदेव परा योगा वासुदेव परा क्रिया वासुदेव परं ज्ञानं वासुदेव परं तपः वासुदेव परो धर्म वासुदेव परा गति मुखं करोति वाचलं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे परमानन्दमाधवं श्रीगुरुं दीनतारणं हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. Good morning, all of you. I humbly seek the blessings of all assembled devotees so I can speak something for my fill the heart for purification. Though I am not qualified, I try to glorify Lord Krishna as per that today's text. Just I am reading the text. Puriyastu bahyo pavane dibbo drumo lata kule নদাদ্বি হঙ্গালি কুল কোলাহল জলাশয়ে পুরিয়াস্তু বাহ্য পবনে দিব্য দ্রুমলতা কুলে নদাদ্বি হঙ্গালি কুল কোলাহল জলাশয়ে পুরিয়াস্তু বাহ্য পবনে দিব্য দ্রুমলতা কুলে নদাদ্বি হঙ্গালি কুল কোলাহল জলাশয়ে. Anyone would like to repeat? Please go ahead.
Hare Krishna, Mataji, Dandavat Pranam.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, go ahead.
Pariyastu Vayo Pavane Dibba Dhrumalata Kule Nadat Vihangali Kula Olahala Jalashaye.
Thank you Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Anyone would like to chant?
Hare Krishna Mataji, I am also trying.
Yes Prabhu, go ahead.
Puryasto baihyo pavane dribbo drumolata kule nadad vihangali kula kola holo jalashaye.
Thank you Prabhu. Yes Mataji.
পুরিয়াস্তু বাহ্য পবনে দিব্য দ্রুমলতা কুলে নদত বিহঙ্গালি কুল কোলাহল জলাশয়ে. হরে কৃষ্ণ.
Thank you Hare Krishna. Would like to read synonym?
I'll try, Mataji.
Thank you Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. Synonyms by Srila Prabhupada. Purya of the town. Two, then Bahya Upavane, in an outside garden. Divya, very nice. Druma, trees. Lata, creepers. Akule, filled with. Nadat, vibrating. Vihanga, birds. Ali, bees. Kula, groups of. Kolahala, humming. Jala Ashaye, with a lake. Thank you, Mataji.
Okay, you can go ahead with translation Prabhu.
Okay. Translation by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. On the outskirts of that lake, outskirts of that city, were many beautiful trees and creepers encircling a nice lake. Also surrounding that lake were many groups of birds and bees that were always chanting and humming. Thank you, Mataji.
Thank you Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Would like to read anyone the purports?
Hare Krishna, purport by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Since the body is a great city, there must be various arrangements such as lakes and gardens for sense enjoyment. Of the various parts of the body, those incite sexual impulses that referred to here indirectly. Because the body has genitals, when the living entity attains the right age, be he man or woman, he becomes agitated by the self impulse. As long as one remains as child, he is not agitated by seeing a beautiful woman. Although the sense organs are present, unless the age is ripe, there is no sex impulse. The favorable conditions and surroundings of the sex impulse are compared here to a garden or a nice solitary park. When one sees the opposite sex, naturally the sex impulse increases. It is said that if a man in a solitary place does not become agitated upon seeing a woman, he is to be considered a brahmachari. But this practice is almost impossible. The sex impulse is so strong that even by seeing, touching, or talking, coming in contact, or even thinking of the opposite sex, even in so many subtle ways, one becomes sexually impelled. Consequently, a brahmachari or a sannyasi is prohibited to associate with women, especially in a sacred place. The Shastras enjoin that one should not even talk to women in a secret place, even if he happens to be his own daughter, sister, or mother. The sex impulse is so strong that even if one is very learned, he becomes agitated in such circumstances. If this is the case, how can a young man in a nice park remain calm and quiet after seeing a beautiful young woman? Hare Krishna.
Thank you Prabhu. Hare Krishna. So because, sorry, before this discussion, we'd like to take that blessings from Guru and Gauranga, the invocation prayer. Om Agyanantimirandhasya Jnananjana Salakaya Chaksurunutungya Tadmai Sri Gurave Namaha. Sri Chaitanya Manohishtam Sthapitam Jena Bhutale Swayam Rupam Kadamayam Dadati Sapadantikam. Vandeham Sri Gurung Sri Yuta Sri Gurung Vaishnavangscha Sri Rupam Shagra Jatam Shahagana Rupanatan Vitam Tam Sajivam. Sadvadhaitam Shavadhutam Parijana Shaitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Krishna Padan Sahagana Lilita Sri Visakan Vitam So. हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधु जगतपते गोपेश गोपिकाकांत राधाकांत नमस्तुते तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः नमो विष्णुपदाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिचारु स्वामिनिति नामिने स्निग्ध चेतोषु प्रणीत पाद्मिनां च रसप्रतं प्रभुवादगत प्रणमामि भक्तिचारुपदं नमो विष्णुपदाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिनिति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम राम हरे Hare Krishna to everyone. Please bless me to discourse this class today as per text. It's difficult for me. This text is for, but still I will try of your blessings. Just I'm sharing that PowerPoint. Yeah, hope it's visible.
Yes, it is visible.
Thank you, Prabhu, that this is the chapter. It is telling about that Karma Kanda and description of the characteristics of King Puranjana. This Puranjana, yesterday Prabhu was discussing about so nicely that Puranjana means we, and that giving the example Narad Muni in the different way, allegorically. So this is about whole chapters like that Prachand Parishad Karma Kanda. He was what he's doing. The text 10 to 12 from looking for place to settle down, Prachandvari, he's looking to nice place. This is described in text 12, 10, 11, 12. And text 13, he found the place. That place is, what the place? Name is? Anyone?
His own body.
No, he's looking for the place and he found the place. What is called? What's the name of the place? It's Bharat Barsha, southern side of the Himalayas, a city that had 9 gates, all about it, and was characterized by all auspicious facilities. And 14, 15, 16, description of cities, how nicely that city is, how the houses made of sapphire, crystals, diamonds, pearls, and etc. And that all markets, gardening, and resting place, all are there. That text 17 is for today's discussion. And Narad Muni is preaching Prachandvari, means Puranjana, and whose goal is Manoranjan through allegory. Because Narad Muni want to give the knowledge about permanent happiness through Bhakti Yoga. That's why he's here. And he is pure devotee. And he has given the, he has given earlier so many rishis, like Dhruva Maharaj, Prahlad Maharaj. And Prachandvari is doing that is temporary. And that Manoranjan must be with Premanjan, not with the bodily concept with Karma Kanda. That's Sridhar Krishna Prabhu discussed yesterday. So Prachetas here in the picture, Prachetas are delivered by Lord Shiva. And Prachand Parishad is delivered by Narad Muni. Narad Muni is a great saintly person and he is trying to deliver the people of the world. Follow the example of Lord Krishna, who he spoke to Rajarshri. He did not speak ordinary people. not speak to street people. He spoke with Arjuna, who can influence the thousands of people. That 4.2, it's telling, Imam Rajarsha Vidhu. So, but though this method is allegory, that Narad Muni's method, because then that Prachanburi is fully settled in his life. Also in ISKCON, what I found, those who are very educated from IIT background, from the engineering background, in so scholars influence thousands of young educated students from college and university. Sometimes people say, the ISKCON, that notion is the ISKCON for wealthy people, but we don't see that income level to recognize. But our temples, our ISKCON community is for everyone. Poorest to poorest people give the opportunity for practice. Our focus, Srila Prabhupada says, try to suit the rhino, not the small rabbit. Narad Muni is carrying out the mission of Lord. What is a mood of preacher? What should be? And Srila Prabhupada's urgent message is preaching. It is so important because this is the only activity which pleases the Supreme Personality Godhead maximum. Krishna knows everything. He is cognizant and he knows past, present, future. We can check how Srila Prabhupada's mood of preaching. That one story I heard from that Chaitanya Charan Prabhu, that he was telling that Prabhupada is telling it's our preaching should be like a Red Cross doctor in a war field. Thousands of people were injured. They want to help everyone, but they have limited facilities and limited power. So those are least wounded. Among those are hopeful for survive, look for them. They will cure them because they have some purpose, so they can cure others. This is our Prabhupada's mission. So that Prabhupada told that devotee in Srila Prabhupada missions is having sense of purpose and sense of urgency. Maybe some are bona fide, may not be, but through his books, through his preachers, through his instruction, so everybody will know how his mood. And always from Srila Prabhupada's commentary, we found that call for action. So his action is different. The previous Acharya are writing more intellectually, and they don't have anything to hammer that local people, like hippie people, like ignorant people. And they are getting the Naimisharanya, they are getting that Kurukshetra, they are getting the Arjuna, they are getting the as per Vedic, as per Bhagavad Gita, as per Srimad Bhagavatam. But Srila Prabhupada's audience entirely different. The means historically, economically, theologically, culturally, everything is different. But he has taken enormous challenge. Like Srila Prabhupada is preaching like Narad Muni. Those are fallen. Same mood like Narad Muni. So now Prachanbari is doing Karma Kandra, which is not enough. So we know that Karma Kanda, Gyana Kanda, Kevalo Vishera Bhanda, Amrita Bolia Jebe Khai, Nana Joni Shada Fire, Kadarbo Bhakshana Kare, Taro Janmo, Adhokpati Jai. Narottam Das Thakur is telling, Karma Kanda, Gyana Kanda, all are the creative activity, mental speculation, or all are the poison, like Bisher Bhanda, all are the nonsense. And it's for condemned of sense enjoyment. If want to really progress in your life, so you have to give up the karma kando, gyana kando, because this is not good at all. That's we know. Also becoming the ISKCON devotee, and that here also Narada Muni raging to Prachanbari how to go to aparadharma to paradharma. So Bhakti Vinod Thakur songs are also here. Bhumi dese dese, Vidyar Gaurave, Bhumi dese dese, Dhano Uparjana kori, Sajana Palana kori ekamane, Bhulinu tomare hori. That's we are all doing, right? Traveling from place to place, proud of my education, I grew wealthy and maintained my family with undivided attention. But oh Lord Hari, I forgot you. So Prachinbari also searching place to settle down like us, came in city of 9 gates, place to settle and enjoy, though it is allegorically, it has been told, but it is not real. But whatever Srimad Bhagavatam tells, we have to accept as it is. That nice parks, nice cities, humming birds, typical romantic atmosphere. That Srila Prabhupada refers that parts of the body is connected with sexual organs. He knows how sexual indulgence are dangerous, obstacles for spiritual advancement, and this is difficult to control material desires. Srila Prabhupada is quite uncompromised and about this when we see his lecture regarding that hippies. People are telling, devotees are telling Srila Prabhupada, they think that the sex is the deity, but Prabhupada has given the lecture as per the sense gratification. Then in the last, Prabhupada is telling to the devotees, I came here to please Krishna. So how he is uncompromised, but he is sympathetic. Even all spiritual scriptures advise to decrease the material senses, decrease the material demand, even Bible, Quran, Confucius teaching, Torah, Guru Granth Sahib, Chinese Kung Fu, Buddhist literature, all are asking about that if he wants to advance spirituality, to control the sexual indulgence. So even the all spiritual teachers are telling, even in the materially, Pythagoras, that one student is asking to Pythagoras, so when you have to do sex, then Pythagoras is answering to the questions. When you are weaker than yourself, he is not spiritual persons, but he is telling that wasting the vital energy become weaker. He is also advising like this. So even we see the material point of view, AIDS is, we have seen the result, and so many ads we have seen. What's the AIDS? What's it's that bad effect? So this is the material point of view. So Srila Prabhupada says we have to do our paradharma, spiritual duties. And he has telling that Bhagavad Gita 2.31 and 1866. Sadharma means we know that Sadharma, one is one's individual duty and one is spiritual duty and prescribed duty, that is paradharma. So we have to consider ourselves as a soul. We have to do our prescribed duty to love and serve the God with devotion. That is that paradharma. And aparadharma that animals do. So that is karma kanda, giving birth and death, and which is include bodily designation, obligation, duties, and norm. And mundane dharma, which is very useless, and as that's eating, sleeping, meeting, and defending with his material. We have to see the human culture, what our culture says. We have to bring out the human culture, that biologically we see the bacteria, where it is growing, fungus culture, yeast culture, where yeast can flourish. Same way that culture is conducive environment, means human culture, that's environment, that where human qualities will be flourished. We have to see that type of culture. And otherwise animal culture will flourish. The animal is that their culture is gross enjoyment, that ahar, nidra, bhaya, maithunacha. So that's their culture. Eating, sleeping, sex, and defense, that from its Hitopodesh. These four principles are common to both beings, animals and human beings. But the distinction between human life is dharma. Animal life is no dharma. So Srila Prabhupada is telling that like comparing with the dogs also eat, we also eat. But when dog eat, so according to his taste, but we eat in the nice dining table with nice preparation, with chair and plates. But still we eating. So human beings and animals have that four business in common, but our special advantage in human life that is came from 84 lakhs yoni, that divine sight that we know who we are, atho tu brahma jigyasa. You should be inquisitive to know the value of life, the absolute truth. And should be inquire about the Brahman and Parabrahman, spirit and supreme spirit. This is called Brahma Jigyasa, not competing with the dog like eating, sleeping, mating, and defending. So human side struggle to beat down the animal culture and struggle to excavate the human culture, bring out the ultimate happiness, divine, divine side, which is destiny. An animal environment, human cannot flourish. So what to do? So to carve, beat down animal culture. So what to do? Separation, the male and female. Male and female should not be together. That Prabhupada is telling, female respectively is preserved more elegantly by keeping the woman separate from the men. And it is from Srila Prabhupada's, Srila Prabhupada is telling from the Canto 1 text, chapter 10, text 24. The sexes should not mix unrestrictedly. So he always tell about that, and we also found in our ISKCON culture that what is the problem when we are mixing together. So though Prabhupada is telling and Vedic culture is telling should not mix together, but people are mixing together, modern culture is mixing, and they are searching for happiness, but they don't know where to look for happiness and how to look for happiness and what to look. Woman has attraction for man and man has attraction for woman. This is called the mode of passion. And when the mode of passion is increased, one develops the hankering of material enjoyment. Lust stimulates the senses in this material world because of intense lust and the desire for enjoyment. One becomes implicated in sinful life more and more. That's in Bhagavad Gita 3.37. That Bhagavan, that's Sri Krishna is telling, Kamo esha krodho esha raja guna samudbhava mahashana mahapapam viddohevam hi vairina. Means this is very sinful, that last. So and that material mode, the passion, it transfer into worth, and which is the all devouring sinful enemy of this world. In today's society, we are seeing how the people are mixing together. It's lust stimulate the senses, then become women's like witch and the men's like monster. Lust is our greatest enemy. So what is the most urgent? Most urgent it to protect ourselves. We are mixing freely and we are giving the equal opportunity. We are going to work to maintain our family. And where people are going to, and women are going to the nightclub, mixing with the boss, every male. So because of this, the problem is coming out. And so Srila Prabhupada is telling in this purport and everywhere, the important is protect ourselves, control and come back, and should not be privately talk with the women. So that's all problem is coming. And then we found even in this this slide that how the dangerous when that Vishamitra Muni 60,000 years had done tapasya, but he cannot control, and because Maya is so strong, and the attraction between man and woman and male and female always it exists everywhere. Sex impulse cause the fall down to material world. Then how control the sex? Like we can give the one example. If you keep means if you take one apple a day, doctor keeps away. But if you take the excessive, this is bad. So you have to do restricted way. So needs the restriction. The Vedic civilization allows very restricted mixing women and men. Here is I am showing the woman is considered be the fire and the man is considered is a butter. The butter must melt its association with fire. If you keep for 20 years in the deep freeze, but still if you keep near the fire, it will melt because this is their dharma. So women, actually we say women are men made for each other, but no, women are made no, men not made for each other. And the differences by their qualities, we are seeing in our daily life, men are bold and women are really soft generally. Always good things and bad things are there. And the Canto 9, that Urvashi and Pururva stories, we have seen how the differences between the male and female. When one see the opposite sex, naturally the sex impulses increase, that Prabhupada is telling in this purport. So Prabhupada is telling, if a man in a solitary place does not become agitated upon seeing a woman, is considered a brahmachari. Whenever comes together, it becomes problems. Hence, we are seeing man and woman, that contact pain is very natural, but also must be carried out under regulative principles. For the social sanctification, and society may not be distributed with unwanted, worthless population. So we need some restriction, some separation. So that this is how it's going on in the present society. Then people are mixing together and gambling, and how we are giving that, we're not giving the kids for the times, we are giving sometimes, toys. We don't know how they are playing, what they are playing, but we have to restrict to save them, to save the society. So we have some solution. So solution is that before giving the instruments to the boys, we have to give that some rules. Yeah. So how to handle that toy, how to handle the society. Systematic means systematic education. That's why you have seen the 4 Kumaras, they don't want to grow because that body like that not support any sense gratification, no update person. But in Vedic society, they have separation. They have done, men and women are not equal. And in that way, they enjoyed more respectable position than men. And they were addressed as mother, a position of greatest respect. Boys are trained right from the childhood. We are seeing that in the Gurukul, how they are training, how they are getting trained to respect and cherish all women as mothers. So in that way, we have to give the training and separation. And we also found in our early age, we used to play with the boys until 12 years. And when becoming 13, we used to feel shy to play with them. And we have to also restrict the TV media that is spoiling the whole society, spoil the mind and spoil the culture. So same way in the scriptures, cannot be taken direct way, cannot understand. Acharya also told, ekaki hamara nahi paye bon, we cannot do alone. Bhakti Vinod Thakur told. So all things we have to do at the restricted way, especially in the restricted way. That this is that restriction, how in the Vedic culture, we can say, the people say, Vedic culture is very restrictive. They keep the women in restrictive way. They don't have freedom. But no, it is meant to lead one to higher freedom. Not like that. Those people are telling like that. This is not true. And ISKCON, we found, that women cannot, means that men cannot speak with women, and Prabhuji cannot speak with the women privately. Even Srila Prabhupada, our Guru Maharaj, His Holiness Bhakti Charu Swami Maharaj, when he used to speak with me and with some ladies devotee, he used to tell, call your husband. And if husband is not there, call your father. If father is not there, then you should call your son or other any devotee. So that's why Srila Prabhupada is giving very systematic Krishna conscious knowledge in our community. Who is to tell Mataji to all the female members in our society. And Prabhuji, we have seen how Mataji is sitting the other side and Prabhuji are sitting the other side for the prayer for any program. And also from the lecture of Tamal Krishna Goswami, I found how Srila Prabhupada is talking with his sisters and he's telling Tamal Krishna Goswami to sit down, and Tamal Goswami is feeling bored, and he's telling, I could not understand what they're telling. And is Pisima, his sisters, why he's telling me to sit down? But he's telling in the end, Srila Prabhupada, have to maintain our rules and regulation. We cannot speak alone with the woman. She may be daughter, she may be sisters, she may be daughter, sisters, one other. But Prabhupada, she may be sisters, daughters.
And even mother.
Yeah, mother. Yeah, so cannot speak alone. So that's why separation is very important. So even, we found that separation, restriction, and protection of women is very necessary, and protection of women is very powerful. We found in that Vedic system, when Krishna is coming, they are seeing from the rooftop to Krishna. That male-female association in Mohammedan time, they are telling, it's Parda. But even 5,000 years ago, it was there in Mahabharata time. Instead of that ladies coming to the open air, they were in the top palace. They are paid their obeisances and showering their flower from the top, from the rooftop. So it is from that Vedic times, it is all are there. And Prabhupada is telling that women class, regarding women class, very concerned. And they are inspiration of the power of the man. And they are very powerful than the men. And he has given the example in 1:9:27 that Julius Caesar was controlled by Cleopatra. Such powerful women are controlled by shyness. He has telling about the shyness is very important for women. And this is like a control valve. If it is loosened, it will give the havoc in society by adultery. And that's why Srila Prabhupada is telling it is very dangerous. And the adultery means the production of unwanted children known as Varna Shankar, who will disturb the whole society, whole world. So also he is giving the example of 1:16, and that a sweeper woman commanded the respect of many respectful gentlemen simply by manifesting ladies' shyness. Half-naked ladies in the street do not command any respect, but a shy sweepers with wife commands respect from all. So means shyness is very much needed for the women's, and that is for women's protection. Also in this slide and 1:10:16, what Prabhupada is telling, and unrestricted mixing and maintains chastity in society. And shyness is a gift of nature to the fair sex. It commands respect from the opposite sex. It enhances the woman's beauty and prestige. Even if they are of a less important family or even they are less attractive, it is nature's gift and it must be utilized. If woman is shy, the man also fears to approach her. She will shout. Shyness give her protection. Contrary to popularized belief that Vedic culture is restrictive and exploitive towards women, it offers them great protection. So also we found how women are protected by their father, husband, and son. And also we read it that a king should protect to Brahmana, the women, the children, and the old person and the cow. So 5 persons will be protected by the king. And for women's chastity, that Srila Prabhupada is telling in that Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 7, 11, 25, that women will render service to the husband and to be always favorably disposed toward the husband and to be equally well disposed towards the husband's relatives and friends and to follow the vows of the husband. And she will support to her husbands in spiritual progress. So if they protected properly, society will flourish because they are very powerful. So these about that all for that problems and protection. Now that what is the ultimate solution for this text and for us also? We found that ultimate protection to remember the Krishna. And before the ultimate protection, I will show you the men and women should be sometimes will be coming when it is necessary, will come with some sanskar like marriage ceremony, that the child sanskars, and sometimes that the ladies will get the spiritual knowledge from the spiritual master, if that his son is spiritual masters, like Devahuti is taking that spiritual knowledge from Kapil Dev. So it is all expected. So should be all like separation, restricted and protected separately, and it will be applicable for the woman. And that's why in Bhagavad Gita that the questions has given to all answers, had given all answers of life, what to do, what not to do. And that ultimate solution is that chanting of Krishna. And we have to cry like Krishna, and we have to know who am I? And Atho Brahma Jigyasa, that when we came to the ISKCON, we came to know, we have to know what is our main purpose, who am I? And this is the human life we have found, and we have the ability to inquire, what is my purpose? What is this world? What I am suffering? So permanent solution is always, we think we have to remember of death, that death is in front of us. So what we have to do? But materialistic people never think, they think, oh, death will not touch me. But devotees always think about the death. So I was listening that Bhakti Vinod Thakur, that song, Keno Hare Krishna Nam Hari Bole, Mono Prano Kadena. It is so wonderful song. I will request all of you to hear this nice song, and it's with a nice meaning. I can share this song, and I will request to read and with the meaning. So we have to seek the Lord Krishna's blessings like that way, crying like a child. And we have to think always, death is always with us. So in that way, we have to follow the process, what Srila Prabhupada is giving. And 6XS means with that, part that Unukullesya Sankalpa, Pratikulesya Varjanam, Draksyasati Vishavo, Goptritavit, Maranam Tatha, Atma Nikshepa Karpanna, Shadavidha Sarangati. This is the 6 kinds of surrender. We have to follow this to go to Aparadharma, to Parodharma, to know the absolute truth that Narad Muni is giving to Prachand Parishad. And that before going to that that song Bhakti Vinod Thakur, just I'll summarize what I have discussed today. That in the material world is made of intense lust and desire for enjoyment, and one becomes associated, implicated in sinful life for more and more desire that brings kama esha, krodha esha, rajaguna samudbhava. Therefore, the quality of fear is one of the aspects of material life. that aha nidra bhai mithun. But if one becomes Krishna consciousness, the process of devotional service, Sravanam Kirtanam, that with all these things, that Nityam Bhagavata Seva diminishes all one's polluted life of material existence. And Srinatam Sakatha Krishna. This is the all process. Now I am sharing that song. This is very nice song. This has touched my heart. Yesterday I was listening. Yeah, it's very nice song that I heard first from Vishnupati Mataji, that I was crying listening that song. কেন হরে কৃষ্ণ নাম বলে মন প্রাণ কাঁদে না, পাখি না জানি কোন অপরাধে মুখে হরে কৃষ্ণ নাম বলো না, বনের পাখিরে ধরে রাখলাম হৃদয় মন্দিরে, মধু মাখা এই হরি নাম পাখিরে শিখালে শিখে, পাখি সকল নাম বলতে পারে কেন হরে কৃষ্ণ নাম বলো না, কেন হরে কৃষ্ণ নাম হরি বলে মন প্রাণ কাঁদে না, চলো পাখি রূপের দেশে যাই যে দেশেতে মনের মানুষ আসা যাওয়া নাই, পাখিরে তোর মরণ কালেতে চর্বি বাসের দোলাতে, ওরে চার জনেতে কাঁধে করে লয়ে যাবে শ্মশান ঘাটেতে, আরো তোর মুখে আগুন জিভে তুলে কি করবি তাই বলো না. It's comparing with us that when we'll go to the Shamsan Ghat, we cannot do anything. So this is the time to cry as a child. So anyone can read the translate, please, before finishing my session. Thank you.
Oh, why does my heart not cease from chanting the holy names of Hare Krishna? The bird of my heart does not know what past sinful activity it is committed to cause this inability to chant Hare Krishna properly. O forest bird, I have kept something for you very carefully within the cottage of my heart, the holy name of Hare, which is overflowing with purest honey. O bird, you can learn the chanting of this name if you are taught. A bird is easily able to speak all names. Why then does this bird of my heart refuse to sing Hare Krishna? Oh, why does my heart not quit from chanting the holy name of Hare Krishna? O bird, come, let us go to the spiritual world, the land of true and everlasting beauty. It is the place where the imaginary man of mind will never again come and go on revolving cycle of birth and death. O bird, at the time of death, your body will simply be placed upon a funeral stretcher, lifted on the shoulder on 4 persons and carried to the cremation ground. Alas, the cremation fire will enter your mouth and then totally consume your tongue. There will be nothing you can do to save yourself, for at that time it is too late. You will be unable to speak anymore.
Thank you, Prabhu. So meaningful, this one, isn't it? Yes, so that, time is too late. We always think about that time. Death is in front of us. So in that way, we have to seek the Krishna's blessings, and we have to follow the Krishna's rule and Srila Prabhupada's rules, what we are getting and from ISKCON community. And we are fortunate to get our spiritual masters and to know Srila Prabhupada, to know Vedic culture. Thank you. And if you have any comment, any questions and realization, please share with me, share with us. Thank you, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranam.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you for enlightening this text. It's so important. It's so simple to see, but it's the depth of this meaning is very, very important. And how Narotman is trying to make Prachin Barisat to understand, though he was enjoying the Karmakanda activities, but the ultimate goal need to know. That's a Narad Muni was trying to teach in a very suitable way. It is called allegorical way, to make him understand, because all people are in the same stage of mind. So it is very necessary for a preacher like Narad Muni to make every people to treat every people's understanding in such way that he can understand the impact of the knowledge. Because orating the knowledge is not important. How important is how the listener is taking the juice out of it. So Narad Muni is trying to make Prachin Bhai in such a suitable way so that he can understand. And that is how Narad Muni started with the example, and he so beautifully explained that with so many examples that man and woman is an attraction, is an object of attraction to each other. But that attraction can be regulated by certain rules as mentioned in the Vedic literature. Is very, very important. As mentioned, this text in chapter 1, canto 1, it says, the beauty of each and every woman is the shyness. Shyness makes the separation and it commands respect from individual sex. So this is very, very important to understand, not to mix unrestrictedly. That is what Srila Prabhupada is trying to tell us. Mixing is okay, but unrestricted mix is very, very important. Some respect need to be maintained. And that Srila Prabhupada has installed in ISKCON culture. Even in his example, his own example, when he was talking to his sister in presence of Tamal Krishna Guru Maharaj, he asked Tamal Krishna to stay, even though he didn't understand the conversation, but yet to maintain that respect for a woman, he asked him to stay back. So that is how Srila Prabhupada is giving us that lesson as a great respect for women. And this is need to follow, and that is it's possible. Because unrestricted sense is not the goal of life, because animal life and human life, that's the difference. Atho Brahma Jigyasa. So that difference should be there. And then difference makes us to understand the activities we do day after day, day and night, to understand what is the importance, how we treat individual sex in a way so that the respect is maintained throughout the life. And that is the teaching here Narad Muni Puranjana, that material sense enjoyment is not the purpose of the life. Atho Brahma Jigyasa is the ultimate goal. And how to arrive? Is given all the examples. And ultimately, as you concluded with that song, Kano Hare Krishna Nam Hari Vale, is so beautiful. It just, I was just trying to memorize the song. It's so beautiful. It tells you the importance of chanting the holy name, and that will bring about every changes in your life. And you'll feel the difference of that difference between material enjoyment and the spiritual enjoyment. As Shrit yesterday was mentioning, enjoyment should be there, but you need to understand the difference. One is Manoranjan, one is Premanjan. So if when you try to understand the two differences of this, you can easily convert yourself in a spiritual platform. And that is the importance of Narad Muni's preaching style. And that is what the lesson giving us. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhu, for summarizing nicely, nice way. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Hare
So
Krishna,
if you,
Mataji.
yeah.
Mataji, thank you very much for the very nice class, and thank you for summarizing the contents of this verse so nicely. And the it boils down ultimately to the few points that in material existence, the attraction for opposite sex is very prominent. But as a human being, we have got higher responsibility, and we have to rise above it. And the way for doing that is taking shelter of the Lord. And if we do that, if we use our senses and everything for the service of the Lord, and ultimately we can get rid of this animal level problem as well. And that is in gist the contents of this verse. And you have very nicely brought it out to explain it to us. Thank you for that. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhu. If no comments, then we can conclude the class here. Vanchakalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhayeva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Anantakoti Vaishnav ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki
Grace
jai.
Sita Anandani Mataji ki jai.
Gaur Premanande Hari Hari
Hari Hari
Bol.
Bol.
All glories to assembled devotees. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.